Hey guys, Vulture here. We're here for part 3 of MCU. Like I said yesterday, we're going over Black Widow. Well, actually, we're going over Ant-Man, Captain America Civil War, Black Widow, uh, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then we'll go over Infinity War and Endgame at the end. So, anyways, let's get started. I will be skipping over Spider-Man: Homecoming because I'll be saving that for No Way Home. I'll make an entire Spider-Man trilogy, then the two from Andrew, and then the new trilogy. So old Andrew, so Toby, Andrew, uh, Tom. Anyways, let's get going. So the first one is Ant-Man. So basically, we meet like a descendant or the doctor that helped make the super soldier serum, but he doesn't get his father doesn't get full credit, or he doesn't get full credit, and basically he makes a suit that's able to mineralize. He was supposed to have his first thing was his wife was able to use it, and she gets sent back. She gets sent into the microverse, but she gets lost. So he does another one, but his daughter's ready to go, but he doesn't want to lose another part of his family. So he has Hank Pym tested out, and he's just a prisoner that constantly does bad things that get him through in jail. He does have a daughter, but because of his criminal record, he barely gets to see her. And this continues 2015, and basically it's just someone else finds out Hank Pym's technology and it being Yellow Jacket, and basically it's a fight between them. Ant-Man kind of tries to do right better after that, and he starts actually staying out of prison and actually starts working for Hank Pym, and he's able to see his daughter a little bit more. Then there's Captain America Civil War in 2016. Basically, in this one, it's just basically from all the previous Avenger movies and some of the hero stuff, the public really doesn't like the idea that superheroes going around for justice destroying their homes and buildings and businesses. So they start suing the government, saying unless these heroes are put on a leash, we don't want them. And basically, Captain America says our freedoms should be held because we have a full freedom to our own personality and lives. Because of this new accord that they're making, that's why. Basically, it's just a split between Tony wants that armor around the world, and he's willing to give up all the information on every hero, and is just willing to go by what the government wants, where just Cap still wants the full freedom to be a hero. That way they can just, as soon as something goes wrong, they don't gotta wait for something to actually jump to it. In Scarlet Witch is one of the problems because she acts on instinct and gets a few people killed for crossbone suicide bombing himself. And then I'm trying to think what else. Let's see. So basically, Bucky comes back out of hiding. He's still back and forth between Winter Soldier and Bucky. But he's mostly Bucky. But it's learned that he killed Howard Stark and Tony's mother. And basically, we also learned that there are other Winter Soldiers, but they haven't been activated yet. There is someone who was killed. Either his son, I think it was his son, Baron Zemo. I think his son was killed, and he was out during a peace, like a missionary meeting, in one of the attacks during Age of Ultron. He's killed by one of the buildings collapsing. and he holds the Avengers responsible, so he tries to mess with them from the inside out. We also have Black Panther. Basically, they're trying to bring their country into the great connected countries, but the father of T'Challa is killed, and T'Challa becomes Black Panther and becomes king, and he goes after the Winter Soldier for killing the father, basically. And then we also get brought in Spider-Man, just so because he's figured out by Tony, and says, I need more people, basically. And it's just a fight between the two. Then Berezino reveals that what he's doing, he kills the Winter Soldiers because that's not his whole problem. It's Iron Man and Captain America. Basically, Iron Man's willing to kill Winter Soldier for killing his parents, but Cap and Winter go against him. Iron Man loses for getting his core shut down, and Captain America leaves his shield just because he doesn't support America's control over, being justified, and then also it was also the creation of Howard Stark, so he's not gonna keep that because he's not it doesn't represent who he is now. Then we have Black Widow, which is basically right after Civil War. She goes and does her own Russian thing, and we learn her backstory, and we figured out a few of the superheroes over in Russia. We talk about Taskmaster. There's other Black Widows. Should have been explored earlier. And then we have Doctor Strange so 2016 is Civil War, Black Widow, and then we have Doctor Strange taking place in between 16 and 17. It's basically just a doctor who actually just lost his hands in an accident. He also lost his girlfriend, and basically he goes to the Ancient One, which tells him how to get his hands back and, control and help, protect Earth, but also protect, like, the magical side of things. And basically Dormammu comes in, trying to absorb Earth and all the magic in the world, and basically it's just trying to infinitely stop him. And that's really strange. Then there's Black Panther, and that's basically just, once the king is technically killed, it's up to the next two family members, which there's a cousin, and there's T'Challa, and basically they're fighting for the right to rule, and also the Black Panther suit, and Killmonger, now I don't remember, he basically is willing to kill T'Challa to gain it, but of course T'Challa wins, and gains the throne. Thor Ragnarok is basically just Thor goes back to the world with Loki, and basically they see Odin die, but before he dies he says, hey, your sister who I sent to prison is gonna be coming back because of my death. Have fun with that. She is also known as the god of death. And basically she comes back, destroys the hammer. Thor loses his hair, his eye, and then all of Valhalla dies, but Thor is able to take her down with Loki, and basically for the rest of that movie is just them taking off in a ship, trying to get to Earth for like to kind of set up shop. Next one would be Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now that he has perfected his technology, Hank Pym makes his daughter a suit. She and Hank go and do her own things. The daughter's really like, hey, I should have been Ant-Man. This'll have to do for now. I really don't get into half of these films. I'm actually getting real done with MCU. I'm not gonna lie to you. Spider-Man is the only one I'm gonna probably be going out and watching now. Um, anyways, back to it. Then we have Avengers Infinity War. Everyone's all scattered about. Thanos comes, crashes the party for the Valhalla return, kills a lot of people, including the best friend of Thor and Loki. And Loki ends up giving him the Space Stone, I believe it is. Yeah, the Space Stone. He already has the Stone of Power. Then let's see. He hunts down the Guardians, takes Gamora, and Gamora leads him to a wasteland where Red Skull is, and Red Skull is like the protector of the Reality Stone. Actually, no, it's the Soul Stone. That's what it is. Basically, he throws Gamora as a sacrifice, and takes the Soul Stone. Before that, he kills the Collector, who also gained the ability to have the Reality Stone. So he has 4 stones. Then he goes and he goes and fights the Guardians, who met up with Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange, who were also fighting because Doctor Strange has the Time Stone from the Ancient One. And basically, he has to fight them. Is able to take the Time Stone, teleports to Earth because now the Mind Stone's the last one he has, and Vision lives from that. And basically, it's a war between the Black Order, Wakanda, and the leftover Avengers. And he's able to kill Vision, and Thor is about to slice him. Will make him a new one, but he misses, and half of the freaking universe is gone. And then basically, let's see here. That ends. Oh, wow. Okay, so then we take place 5 years later. In 2022, basically everyone's, lived with the blip. Most people who've moved on, doing their own thing. The Avengers are kind of trying to protect from any other forms. They're trying, I think, a few years earlier than the 5-year skip. They were trying to find Thanos. I think probably maybe a year at the worst. They were able to find Tony. They were able to hunt down Thanos, find him, but he already snapped again, which was to destroy the freaking Infinity Stones, so they don't undo it. Because Stark is still alive at this time, so he knew he's going to get found. He just has a farm. He gets killed by Thor, and then 5-year jump skip. Everyone gets used to it. But eventually, Hank Pym is in the miniverse, so he was able to stay away from everything. So he's able to come back, and he's like, okay, what happened? Basically, through that little universe, he's able to have a chance at returning, and he basically jumps ahead of time. So basically, when he just got in there, he technically flipped those 5 years. He finds his daughter, basically goes to Avenger HQ. Hey, this happened to me. Hulk tries to do it, but he moves time through him, so basically he is able to age and de-age. Hey, you can make someone immortal that way. But anyways, they go to Tony, who's basically made his own life, has Pepper as his wife, and has his daughter, Meg, I think it's something like that. And then basically he doesn't want to do it, but then he's like, I actually wanted, I have Spider-Man to bring back. So eventually he does make a plan, makes a new way to travel through time. They had to go back and collect all the stones. I'm trying to remember all of them. Hawkeye and Black Widow go to Red Skull, get the Soul Stone by Black Widow's sacrifice. War Machine and what's her name? shoot. She's like the robotic daughter, that like half sister of Gamora. She's able to go find. They're able to go find the Power Stone, on a planet that Star Lord was. But she gets captured. The robot's daughter gets captured. Her memories get played back. Thanos learns of the future, and he wants to stop them now, and his plans aren't going to it. So now they have two stones, but Thanos is on his way. Let's see, Hulk is able to go talk to the Ancient One, saying, hey, Doctor Strange was the one to give the stone. I need this stone to bring everyone back. Ancient One, because of Doctor Strange being the one to give it up, she gives him the stone, making them have three. So we still have the Mind Stone, the Space Stone, and the Reality Stone, I believe. And I believe they're able to get a hold of the Space Stone by going and getting the Tesseract again. Oh, the Mind Stone was the Scepter. They were able to go back in 2002 during Avengers and get the Scepter, which was the Mind Stone. I forgot about that. So it was the Scepter. The Tesseract was the Space Stone. And then, let's see, Space, Mind, Power, Soul. I don't remember how they got the Reality Stone. Whew. Forgot. Because Ant-Man, Captain, and Iron Man went to go get the Mind and the Space Stone. War Machine and the Android Girl went and got the Power Stone. Then Hawkeye and Black Widow went and got the Soul Stone. Oh, Thor. Jane Foster had the Reality Stone in her during Dark World. And that's how we were able to do it. They were also able to fetch the hammer of Thor's, and basically they go back. They bring everyone back thanks to Hulk, but of course Thanos is able to travel back with the same technology based on the Android Girl's capture. Gamora's staying around, but Thanos is dead again. Everyone snapped out of reality, which means technically in a different timeline, there's no Gamora to meet the Guardians. Thanos is dead, so there's no Infinity War in that universe. Probably neither going to be several of the events. So now there's two timelines. And then basically to return them, to bring back what the Ancient One said, everything needs to be balanced out by all the stones getting returned. The hammer gets returned. All the stones are returned, but Steve stays in the past with Peggy Carter and live out their entire lives. They have kids. Peggy dies in, I think, Winter Soldier. And basically, he has a pretty good life after that. He comes back as an old man and gives the shield to Falcon and tells Bucky, have a good life. And sadly, Iron Man did die during the finish snap for Thanos. So basically, now it's just a look for the future. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, which will cover. We don't get that much. So next one will be Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the Eternals, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and Thor: Love and Thunder. So, and that's 2023, 2005 for Doctor Strange, and then Thor 2026. Alright, well, I'll go do that real quick. So, see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.